Well, yes, it's like we started off by saying the truth is really important, and that there needs to, Francis Widdowson often says there needs to be a reckoning about what happened at Kamloops. And let's face it, if people got carried away, if they got exaggerated, it got away on them, the media exploded, it became like this snowball that just built. It's okay to finally say, you know what? We got it wrong. We don't want to go on with this anymore. We were wrong about it, and or we will commit to digging and we will prove to you that there are bodies, or we will show that there aren't, and we will finally have it out. But and people will say to me, oh, are you only focused on that only focused on that issue? And I say this issue of Aboriginal land claims in BC is the issue that touches every other thing in this province now. It's now in our schools with land acknowledgements and the shaming days of Truth and Reconciliation Day, where you're supposed to be ashamed of your history and of John A. Macdonald and say how horrible Canadians have been and the Europeans. Then there's the part of the fact that we we have to now, everything we do, particularly with DRIPA, all of our laws have to be aligned with this reconciliation agenda, which so I say to people, it's touching everything. There are even private, I've been told, and I checked the source and I checked to make sure, even in hospitals now, if you want a private room and there's one next door and it's sitting empty, they're saying, no, that's reserved for Aboriginal people, even if it's empty. So it's leaking into everything everywhere. And it's also affect that our resource extraction industry has been decimated by all of this. This reconciliation agenda plus the environmental groups that have really brought us to our knees, it's all got to stop because we can't survive anymore. And not to mention the increase in the amount of money that's been going to this cause. And as I try and remind people, the money is not going to the people you think it is helping. People living on reserves are still suffering. They are having, a lot of them, very sad and unpleasant lives. They are stuck living under the command and control of chief and council. They can't own their own property, things like that. And so I, we have to address this. And my position now is that this whole reconciliation agenda has to end. British Columbians need to know there's an end to this. And I cannot stress this enough. We can't go on with this hanging above us. And it would help Indigenous people more to get rid of this than to continue the way we are, because only an elite few are getting rich on this. And it's not all Native people. Chief and council, sure, they're probably doing well, particularly chiefs. But then there's the developers, consultants, and lawyers who have been making a lot of money off of this. And that's where I think we have to see an end to this. We have apologized. We have reconciled. And we need to get back to everybody working together. And that's what I'm hoping for. And I think a lot of people feel that way. And I get calls from even, Indigenous people saying, thank you. We're done. We want to own our own land. We're tired of the lack of accountability and on and on. So